FHS cafeteria. We're going to see the ASB elected officers. Under God. Amen. God bless Mary. I'm gonna sit like right there. I need to be
like right here. Okay, I'll sit right here.
We have a few more seats up front. If anybody wants front row seats, got about 5 or 6 chairs up here. Come on, gentlemen.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
The seniors are kind of intimidating, but they'll let you in.
Good. Oh my God, are you?
Couple seats up front here.
Elliot. I want to be right in front of you. You're not kidding, you know? When the Russian Illuminati went. Think about it. Maybe that was like he was like hey guys, what's up? Hey, guys. As long as they're dead, bro, I have it. We need to move this area here. I like the camera behind you. The camera's got to see Bakke. So here and here. Guys, you come over here. What?
There's still lots of seats up front if you want to sit in the front.
Hey, you just go closer.
And there's 2 tables in the front.
What? I don't know what to ask.
Hey, Matt, we're going to have you get over there. It's your seat.
Jason's right in the shot.
Guys, keep that area right there. Yeah, so you. We're done the way. And your head over just a little bit.
Yo, I should just like go up there and be like,
I think that one will be okay, right?
Good morning and welcome to the 2018-2019 Five High School Prince Conference Series. Today is our 3rd quarter FHS press conference, so to all of you who are here, thank you for being here. We want to remind everyone that during the press conference it needs to be silent, but it is so appreciated when you clap and give energy when appropriate. You will have the chance to ask questions following opening statements. At this point, it looks like Mr. Bakke is coming to the stage, and he is joined by Rihanna Majak and Chloe Church.
That's all you got?
Mr. Bakke will now give his opening statements and remarks.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you, Five High School. It is a great day to be a Trojan. It is a great day to be a Trojan. That was a little bit better. It seems like a long time since our last press conference. A lot's happened. I'm going to start out today with some news. So I'm not sure, some of you might have heard this, but we are starting a new thing called weighted GPA. So breaking news for you. What that means is that if you take an honors class or an AP class in the future, it'll be weighted heavier on your grade point average. So if you get like an A, for example, in an AP class, it would be a 5.0 on your GPA. So if you got like a B, it still would be a 4.0. Pretty cool. We really believe that like you challenging yourself to take on an AP class is a really good thing for your future, an honors class, so that's coming. The only bad news is it's not going to start until next year's sophomores. They're the only ones who can tap into that. However, we are starting a program next year that you will be able to tap into. It's called College in the High School. Another breaking news for you. So there's going to be a number of classes that we offer next year that are going to be for college, 4-year college credit that you can opt to take from Central. So like your math class, you can take it for high school credit and you can take it to be college credit on your transcript. So more information coming about that soon and which classes you're going to be able to take for college credit. So we'll have that for you soon. So pretty cool. One thing I want to point out too is I really have this dream that every student at Fife who wants to take an AP test or take a college test like the ACT will be able to have that for free. Right now we have to pay for that. So we started, and it actually started last Saturday. I made this big pitch to all of our boosters about why you guys are worth people supporting to get free tests. And we raised about $5,000 to start for you guys, so that starting next year we're going to be able to subsidize, or hopefully I can raise even more money and everybody's tests will be covered for free. So let's give a big hand to all the people in the community out there. That's like a lot of money that people were throwing out. A couple people threw out $1,000 on their own just for that. So that was really cool. Speaking of the community, I want to invite you, if you get a chance and you're rolling through the front office, I reached out to the museum. We have a museum in Fife. I don't know if you knew that. It's right across from Columbia. One thing about our schools, we're really old. And we have some community we have some neat history, and they brought in a display in our front office that shows some old Fife High School artifacts, and it's going to rotate a few times during the year. So if you get a chance, come swing on by. All right, I'm also joined today by a few guests, and we have Mari here. Let's give Mari a little hand for being up here. Mari's going to talk to us about Tolo. Mari.
All right, so I am here to answer hopefully a few questions you might have about Tolo. So first of all, those of you guys who might not know what Tolo is, sophomores, it's normally a girls ask guys dance. That doesn't mean only the girls have to ask the guys. Guys can't ask girls too. It's, whatever. But just normally, traditionally, it's girls ask guys. So Tolo is still happening. It was originally going to be the 16th, but we moved it to now April 27th. It's still going to be the same time, still going to be from 8 to 10:30, and tickets are still on sale today. They were on sale last week, and we're just going to continue them to be on sale. So they're still going to be on sale. You can still get them at the bookkeeper for $10 with or without ASB. And you guys, for the dance, we're going to have black lights. So we suggest that you guys wear white or neon clothes. It's more of a casual dance, not necessarily you dress up. You can if you want to. But it's more casual, so white or neon. And we will be filling out paperwork so you guys can get guest passes if you guys want to bring people from other schools. And yeah.
All right, thanks, Mari. Thank you for clapping for Mari. It's a fundraiser for the cheerleaders. It's supposed to just be fun, casual. Come dance and have a good time. You don't need to go buy a bunch of fancy things. True story, 1991, I went to Tolo. You know where I went for dinner? The Poodle Dog. How about that? Wow, time flies. What a date that was. All right, So, hey, a couple cool things to report to you to celebrate. So, did you know that we had a 4.4% of our students failed a class first semester? 4.4. I don't know, like to put that in perspective, that's one of the lowest failure rates that we've had in a long time at our school. So that's pretty exciting. Let's give a big hand to all of you guys for working hard, taking advantage of the resources you have. We had, as I've been gloating about over the year, our attendance, you guys continue to do a great job coming to school. We had over 30, yeah, some of you are going, yeah, I see you there. Like, maybe not everybody, but 93% of you are here every day, which is a very high mark relative to the other schools in our area. We had over 30 of you at perfect attendance. That means no tardies either. Pretty incredible. Our athletic teams, if you were on a winter sport, will you raise your hand? Winter sports? Come on, raise them up proud. You guys had a combined average of a 3.2 GPA. Unbelievable. That's another place for you to clap. All right, thank you. So, talking about winter sports here, gonna give you a quick little rundown on some good news. First of all, anybody get a chance to go see our unified basketball play? I see a lot of you. That's awesome. Making their debut. I don't know if you got to see Juicy bombing some three-pointers from the outside. Unreal. We saw Taylor Montessori hit a game-winning shot at the buzzer to lead us to a victory in one of our first games. Unbelievable. Huge improvement. A ton of participation. At Pack the Gym Night, I'm looking around, I saw so many of you there just having a great time for all of our students, and really proud of all of you guys for that. Unified Soccer is getting ready to start. And if you want to be involved with Unified, you still can be. So just check in with Elion or Zoe or anybody who is involved in Unified, and we can get you to be a part of that. Our girls basketball team had a good season. They're a young team. They won their division. We had 2 All-League players, Aaliyah Hunter and Bree Hernandez. Our boys basketball team totally battled. Like, I don't know if you got a chance to see them down the stretch, but they knocked off the top seed, Port Angeles, in the district tournament. And then we got to the regional state game, and we were down by 16 with a few minutes to go. And why do we say get 'em Trojans? Because get 'em Trojans means we don't give up. There's no task that we can't tackle. There's no challenge that we can't take on. And those guys came back from 16 down and won the game and got us into the state tournament at Yakima. Unbelievable. Team led by Malachi and Bryson and Gannon, who are all first team, all league. Let's give a big hand to boys basketball, making it back to Yakima. It was awesome. Our wrestling team. So we had a great wrestling season as well. Sent a number of athletes to the Dome for the meet. Our top girl was Nadina Abigallo, who made it to day 2 in the tournament. I know she's not here right now, but she did a great job. Our boys took 15th in state. And let's see, I'm pretty sure that I see Mr. Sarte here in the house. Will you stand up real quick? Just stand up, I know. This man got 3rd place in the heavyweight division. Let's give him a big hand. Good job, man. If you get 3rd place in the heavyweight wrestling division, you pretty much want him getting your back. So, good job, man. Really proud of you. Going on to swimming. So our boys' swim team has only been in existence for 4 years. 4 years that we've had a swim team. And in our 4th year, this year, we got 7th in state as a team. Unbelievable to go from nothing to 7th in state in just a few years. So yeah, thank you, Ms. Hope. Let's give a big hand to all the boys. Thank you guys for giving energy this morning. I appreciate it. A couple names, just Chris Kim, Gavin Jortsitz, Nathan Hudson, Kamal Johnson in diving, Lewis Wentler, all guys who placed at state. We were led by David Zembrowski, who got 2nd in diving. So if you're keeping track, Taylor won diving in the fall. David got second in diving for the guys. We're like diving high. And not to mention Kamal getting 11th. So really amazing job by our swim team. Chris Kim, is Chris here? Chris isn't here. Chris was the WIAA Athlete of the Week during the winter season out of the whole state. Amazing. And Miss Bushnell, will you raise your hand?
Coach.
Coach was named Coach of the Year in the SBSL for boys swimming. Come on, let's give it a hand for her. Good job, Miss Bushnell. Thank you for how hard you work. We appreciate that. All right, switching gears. Can I get Matt Schwartzler to come up to the stage? Matt. All right, so you guys all have a ton of hidden skills that I don't even know about, and Matt is an example of that. So Matt designed a logo for Surprise Lake Middle School. I don't know if was it a contest or something, or Matt just threw out a drawing. He sent it over, and they loved it so much that Surprise Lake adopted his design to be their official logo, which is very interesting because not only is it going on like shirts and stuff right now, but they are building a brand new Surprise Lake Middle School starting in like a couple months. They are breaking ground. And your logo is going to be all over that school for the next 50 years. You're going to get to see your work. So Mr. Bettis sent these to me to give to you. He wanted you to have your own Surprise Lake logoed up cooler here. So here you go, Matt. Let's give Matt a big hand. Thank you, Matt. Matt, you got anything to say about that? No. Okay. Great job, Matt. All right, Matt, you can head back down. Thank you very much. So, our music department. A lot of you are in our music department. They just got back from a quick tour. And my day on Friday was made by a phone call that I got. And it was this lady. She sounded like an elderly lady. I'm not sure how old she really was. But she left this voicemail on my machine where she said, Mr. Bakke, I don't know what you're doing at Five High School, what your staff is doing, but your kids are unbelievable. And she goes on to tell me a story. And basically what happened is we were in Subway in Ridgeway, Washington. And we have a lot of us in there. And this lady was working really hard to try to help us out. And she was battling being overwhelmed, but apparently her partner that was also working wasn't doing the job real well. And she just kept at it, and she was super nice, and she made really good sandwiches, I heard. And our students were so impressed that not only did were they reaching out to be kind to her, but they pooled their money together and left her an extraordinary tip and just said thank you for how hard you were working. So she was so impressed that she went out of her way. Like Ridgeway, Washington is like really far away. And she reached out, found out who we were, called to let me know how great our music students are. So really proud of our music students for demonstrating so much of the heart of the Trojan. Let's give them a hand, music students, if you were in there. Really great, thank you. With that, our music department is getting, our jazz choir and jazz band are getting ready to head off for a competition in Oregon, where they're going to take down the competition. Our jazz choir, if you haven't seen them, they are in concert along with the rest of our music students on Wednesday night at Columbia. So we're getting ready to launch them out. Good luck to you guys at our tournament or at the competition coming up. So speaking of thespians and drama and music, can we welcome to the stage Thomas Lewis? Thomas Lewis. So I'm not sure how many of you got a chance to see A Christmas Carol, our production. Okay, so thank you. Our production, I did not know this, but Mrs. Hockman and Mr. Hockman, actually, you might all know this, but I'm new, I didn't know. They actually write the music, and I most schools like buy a script and the music for their shows. Not us. Like our people actually like originally write it and copyright it, and they actually sell it to other people. And the Christmas Carol was an original production. And I don't know if you got to see this guy, Scrooge, just tear it up. And a lot of you guys know that Thomas is extraordinarily talented, but we are not the only people that know that. And I brought him up because he is going to announce something pretty cool about his plans for next year.
Well, I have been accepted to the theater program in Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. I'm ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So what? Just to put that in perspective, that is like going D1 as an athlete in theater. Like in LA, and where all of that stuff, you know, in New York or LA, that's pretty much where you want to go. Thomas has got a scholarship, he got in, and he's accepted into that really prestigious program. So I wanted to bring him up and just honor him for that and representing us. Don't be surprised if you're turning on TV in like 8 years and he's like, you know, a doctor on some show. It would not surprise me. So let's give Thomas a big hand. Thank you, Thomas. All right, a couple other things real quick that we're going to talk about. So Miss Ramos, I don't believe is down here, but our FBLA just continues to dominate. I don't know if you guys know this being here, but they are like the top program in our entire, like all of Pierce County. Everybody wants to be like us when it comes to FBLA. And we have a ton of students that won at regionals and are getting ready to head off to state. So Ian Martinez won, Alyssa Craig, Brandy Taylor, and Gabby Westland. I don't know if they're in here. I think I saw Gabby in here. So Gabby won her competition. Maya Hospenthal and Anna Matson. Yeah. Alyssa, let's see, Kyle Roscoe, I don't know if Kyle's here, he won, and Christina Masney. So really amazing job by our FBLA, and we want to wish them good luck at state. Is Grace Madsen in the house? Actually, right there I see her, right in the middle. Stand up, Grace. Grace was our Daffodil Princess this year. Give your princess wave. Thank you, Grace. So Grace is getting ready this Sunday at the Rialto Theater to, her competition is that night. She has to give a speech. Do you have to do a talent? Oh, next Sunday. A week from this Sunday, thank you, the 24th. In Tacoma against all the other princesses in our area, and she's going to hope to become our second queen in the history of our school. So really great job, Grace. Thank you for repping us well. I also want to point out, I believe I saw Miss Wood. Miss Wood, raise your hand. So how many of you have Miss Wood for math? So Miss Wood, some of you might have heard this already. I think I tweeted this out at one point, but Miss Wood was recognized by Richard Sherman, who our former Seahawk, may he rest in peace. Richard Sherman, the Richard Sherman Foundation honors up-and-coming young teachers for their work in especially like hard subjects like math. And Miss Wood was recognized for being an outstanding teacher by the Richard Sherman Foundation, and she was given tickets to one of the Seahawks games. Did they win? They won. All right, so she was good luck. So let's give Miss Wood a big hand. Thank you for all you do, Miss Wood, for our math students. All right, so Leona is up here. I wrote it down wrong. Rihanna Majak is up here. And Rihanna she is vying to be the Leukemia Student of the Year. And here's what that means. She is in a competition with, now it's down to 9 other students, to try to raise money for cancer. Leukemia is a particular cancer that often hits kids, and she is really appreciate what she's doing. Can you share with us exactly what you're up to right now?
So the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, the Student of the Year program is a 7-week program where I have to compete to raise as much funding as I can for cancer research, patient care, and advocacy. And so I'm going to try and fundraise around the school if I can.
And how much money have you raised so far?
$1,260.
$1,260. So here's the deal. You're going to start to see, they are partnering, or she is partnering with Trojan TV, who Mr. Shula, as you know, is a cancer survivor, and is their club is partnering with her to try to help raise money. And so you're going to see opportunities around campus to contribute. Maybe buying a bracelet for $1 or whatever it is you end up selling them for, or various places where you can contribute. Every penny counts. So if you see that and can contribute, we would really appreciate it. Thank you, Rihanna, for everything you're doing. We sure appreciate it. All right. So we just the other day had our ASB elections, and thank you all for participating and voting. And we announced those winners yesterday. It takes a real commitment to even put yourself out there to run. So just to kind of formally recognize our students, and if you're in here, please stand up. So Dominic Hernandez, I saw Dom, stand up, Dom. Dom is our vice president next year. Cassandra Polo, right there. Thank you, Cassandra. She is our secretary. Kaylee Reed is here. Kaylee is our treasurer next year. And Emma, where's Emma? Stand up, Emma. Emma, she is our public relations officer, which I think is perfect for her because she is always smiling. So appreciate you guys. Along with them, our new president was named, and we're going to have her come up and give her first little address. So let's give a big hand to Zoe Breland, next year's president. Come on up, Zoe.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank everyone for your support and your trust in us, like me and the rest of my group. Elections, like Mr. Bakke said, they're really tough, so we want to thank everyone who was a part of it, both the people who ran and everyone who voted. Our goal for next year is to get more people involved and included in Fife. We already have more opportunities than ever to accomplish that. Our coordinator applications got today, and we encourage you to pick one up and apply. We are excited to get new voices involved in making decisions at Fife High School. We are already starting now to find more ways to get people involved and come up with new ideas. Speaking for myself and the rest of my team, if you see us in the hall, stop us. If you have an idea or something that you want to happen here at Fife, tell us, because we want to listen and we want to make that happen. And we are so excited that we have this opportunity to represent and serve you. And we're really looking forward to next school year. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Zoe. So just to reiterate one point, next year we have a new opportunity in ASB. They're called coordinator positions. So we have elected folks that we just recognized, but we also are, if you are still interested in wanting to be a part of helping serve our school as leaders, you can do that by being a coordinator. So we have different types of coordinators, like we have spirit coordinators, we have assemblies coordinators, we have social media coordinator, a tech coordinator to help with like all the tech side, like camera work and that sort of thing. So if you are interested, we have applications where you don't have to, it's not an election, it's basically you apply, and then there'll be an interview and selection that way. So if you are interested, you can get an application in the main office. We have some down here. Mr. Meyer over there has some if you are interested. Those applications are due March 18th. So I'm really looking forward to seeing our ASB grow. Like I don't know if you realize this, but eight students are doing all of the things that we see around school. When it comes to putting on assemblies and organizing and events and our food drive, our toy drive for students, 8 students, And it's a lot, and we're trying to get more people involved. And if you are just really passionate about wanting to help people and wanting to get involved,